Hey, what's up everybody? Channing Stockman here with the Studio Co-op. So I've been thinking about acoustic guitars lately, and it seems to me like in modern music today, the spectrum for which we use acoustic guitars is maybe wider than it's ever been. Everything from the absolute, like, the thing, it's the main instrument. A lot of like folk Americana music that's out right now is really, really heavily driven by acoustic guitar, all the way to like modern pop production that has acoustic guitars in it, but they're almost a shaker or a percussion instrument more than anything. So the question I'm curious to ask is, if we know what kind of music we're making, right? We know we're making a modern pop track, but we know we want to get some acoustic guitars. Is there a way to reinforce those future mix decisions with pre-production decisions that we can make now, i.e. the right guitar or the right preamp or the right microphone? And so today I'd love to explore what that might look like to choose the right microphone based on future mix decisions we can anticipate we're going to want to make because of the genre we're working in. Let's dive in. I think there's a couple of key points that we can get after. One, how important is the tonal structure and the pitch structure of the acoustic guitar? Is this song driven primarily by acoustic guitar, or is it driven more heavily by other production elements and the acoustic is there just sort of as candy? I think maybe an interesting example of this could be looking at an artist like Ed Sheeran, or maybe some of these country Americana artists that have been gaining more and more traction over the last half a decade or so, versus the latest Sabrina Carpenter track or whomever else that may be in the top 40 pop charts. There may not be as much need for all that tonal character and pitch character in the guitar track. It's almost a rhythm instrument. So let's just dive right in. I've got 6 microphones that we're going to be testing out on an acoustic guitar played by my good friend Taylor. And I want us to really focus in on the subtle changes between each guitar in their top end, but I think almost more importantly in their low mid, in the fundamental sort of chewy frequencies that we get down in the low mids and in the mid range. I think that's where we're going to hear the most massive differences. Now, from the top end, which in this case we would almost describe it as the clarity versus density spectrum. Density being the 49 that we're going to see versus clarity all the way up at the Vienna 12. Now, I think you're going to notice a lot of difference, especially with acoustic guitar. But let's really focus in on that mid-range as we think about future mix decisions and go, how do we pick the best mic right now to support our future mix decisions? So there, we just heard all 6 of those voicings, and I tell you, on acoustic guitar in particular, you can really hear how broad the spectrum really is, how many colors we get to paint with. So I don't know about you, but I don't think it's insignificant, the spectrum, how sort of wide the options are, even just within those 6 microphones, for being able to pick out things like, oh, I really love the way this mid-range is pushing me a little bit more forward and would help me keep this guitar forward in a dense mix. Or actually how subdued some of the upper mid-range is, but how sort of the fundamental low end really carries so much weight and would work really well in a situation maybe where the guitar is really important to the mix. It's actually most of what we're hearing, maybe along with a vocal or something. Whereas all the way to the other end of the spectrum, in sort of our clarity spectrum, we have guitar tracks that sound great on their own, but when we think about them in the context of a mix, we go, okay, we're gonna get a lot of the clarity, the string noise. We got a lot of the percussive and rhythm aspects coming through, and not necessarily so much of that mid-range that might muddy up a lot of the rest of the instrumentation that we're trying to use. So to my engineer friends out there that are thinking about your session, that's maybe you got a session coming up soon, and you're thinking about what mics and pre's and all that good stuff you might want to use, maybe take a minute, start thinking about future mix decisions and what might be sort of a pre-production gift to the mix engineer eventually, when you go, hey, let me record these acoustic guitars in a way that have all the information but aren't necessarily mid-forward if that's not the right thing, and are maybe a little bit more clear or brilliant at the top, or maybe they've got this really great fundamental that we get from our more dense microphone voicings. I'm not sure about you. I have my own favorites of these 6 sounds when they're in isolation, but every time I listen back through these samples, I think about a different context for each one. And I think, man, if I was doing a denser song, I would pick this one. If I was doing an acoustic performance of just a guitar and a vocal, I would pick this one. And if I was doing something where the guitar is still forward, but it's got a lot of other components happening, I would choose this one. And I think that's the beauty of this process of familiarizing ourselves with these voicings from these microphones, and it's the beauty of having options. When we make music, I think sometimes we can jump to we'll fix it in the mix way too often. But instead, when there's opportunity to have more intentionality from the onset, I say we take it, right? We make as many decisions up front as we can, and that way, as we go and we move along, almost the limitation of decision making helps us guide this song all the way to fruition. I hope you found this video helpful, insightful, entertaining at the very least, and I am so grateful that you took the time to watch it. Look, our friends over at ADK have provided a really generous discount for anyone who follows us here at the Studio Co-op. You'll find that code in the description, and that'll get you 10% off anything you buy from their website. And please go show them some love. They're an incredible company. Go check out their website. They've got 3 incredible lines of microphones. All of them are fantastic. You can't make a bad choice. So jump on over there and check them out. Also, thanks so much to all of you who have chosen to subscribe to our channel. We're brand new, we're building. We hope that we're providing content that is helpful for you and entertaining for you. Please go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, all the things. Hit the bell notification so you know when we post new videos. Hey, here at the Studio Co-op, we love when we get to hear from you. So please jump down in the comments section. Let us know what you thought about this video. Let us know what you think about these microphones. Do me a favor, go ahead and give Taylor some love as well. His links are in the description. He's a fantastic artist and friend, and I'm sure that you will love his music. Thanks so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting us. Remember, here at the Studio Co-op, our whole goal and our dream is to inspire and to encourage producers, engineers, songwriters, artists, whether you're working out of home spaces, professional spaces. Go make music.